Watch the cataclysm unfold. Rhyme scheme is finding every way to be cold. Unwinding while I'm grinding on the low. You're in the building, well I'm the architect. Blood dripping from the ceiling till I figure out which hard is next. When I roll tide, I go Nick Saban. With the touch I can switch it up and go West Craven. Don't be mistaken, kicking back in my haven. Fuck the hate, just spraying, we go Super Saiyan.
Beginning, a middle, and an ending. I have a definite beginning, a definite middle, and a definite ending. Everything in between is everything in between. That's just how it goes when I'm writing. And I might write down specific situations. I might not write those situations. I'll get into that in a moment. Suffice it to say, I just go at it. You know, I'll write them notes. I will get everything down. I will get the scenes that I think are going to be the most badass that I can make. Like the ending of the Angel arc. Oh, baby. I got like a 5-part fight coming right there. And of course, there's going to be a mid-air free-fall fucking battle. Because there needs to be. Yay, noise. Downtown. But so that's all that. That's what an engineer does. That's what a gardener does. And honestly, a gardener just writes. And they just write. Period. Now, they also will lack the structure of an engineer. Whereas an engineer may be a little too tight. That's why I have my hybrid style. I will start off with notes and checking out shit, and I'll create the stuff in the beginning, you know what I mean? But then, once I start writing, once I'm done with the notes, I write. Baby Bubba, I write. I don't think about it. I'll bust out 10,000 words in a fucking day and not care. That's because it's flowing in my mind. The moment I've done the beginning, the middle, and ending, and I know how it all syncs together, I know how we're going to get here, I know what we're going to do, I get at it. I do it. Funny story, though, with the generalist. I've stated this before on cam. I've stated it before in many podcasts and radio shows, so I don't mind pointing out right here that the shop happened after the note. As a gardener, the shop happened. I didn't write the shop at first. At first, Frank was just an artifact hunter and bounty hunter and demon hunter, and Dash was this troll that just hung out with him. He was a cab driver, and he was also a bounty hunter and an artifact hunter, but not a demon hunter. And they kind of worked together grudgingly. You know, that was the original concept. Then I started writing, and the shop just flowed. It just happened. Like, what if they just had a centralized paranormal goods and supernatural services store? What if they were friends? And what if the troll, because his power was regeneration, but not as powerful as it is now, you know, but he has the downsides of his memory issues, amongst other things. And there's also Dash the Wicked, or was it Dash the Evil? Whatever. There's also the bad Dash, the one that wants to kill Frank. And there's also, there's all sorts of problems with Dash's memories. For all that he's super powered and high powered, he actually is a bigger problem for the shop than even Frank's wicked ways. I mean, just it creates a lot of good tension and drama and a lot of intensity in their relationship that didn't exist in the note. And that's the best part. You know, you can actually somewhat see this in the original Battle at Brownstone write-up, which you can find in the Omnibus Generalis Volume 1. This big monolithic motherfucker. Look at this thing. It is bigger than my head. This is the biggest book Create Space will allow you to do. Big ups, Jaded Shots. This is the biggest book that Create Space will allow you to do. So you can read about the Battle at Brownstone, and it's implied that the shop isn't there, that they're not the shopkeepers, that all the shit that's been going down in the past 4 or 5 books, it was completely a different idea, where I was mostly going to be following Frank as a member of the Beowulf Society, the Monster Hunters, which actually shows up in the books proper later on, whatever. But when it comes down to what happened between them at the time versus what I wrote later on, the moment I decided that it was good and I started writing it and I fleshed out the shop, it was great. It was just, that's the shit. That's what I want. Yeah, this is good. This is good, bro. So yeah. So I just want to point out to you that one of the best things you can do for yourself is be flexible. Be flexible. For the most part, what you write as an engineer I'm not saying you shouldn't stick with, because for the love of Christ, if it works for you, it works for you. That's the most important thing. So I want you to honestly consider, what are you? Are you an engineer? Are you a gardener? Are you both? Are you something else? So how does this pertain to world building? Very important, my friend. From here on out, it's all about the note. What are you going to do? You know, what is your world like? So now is the time. Now is the time to start writing this motherfucker. Let us consider, if we shall, Devil King thing we were talking about in the last one. So we don't really have a name for the book yet, or book series, whatever, or comic series. It could literally be in any medium, but that's not important right now. As an engineer and a gardener, we've actually... Now, see, I'm going to stick to my style, and we're just going to engineer this throughout the series while we're working on this. Especially this season. But, you know, when it comes to the engineering and the gardening, I would literally, in a situation like this, just write a motherfucker and then just go from there. So with that stated, I think that's about it. No guest today. Sorry. Not saws. But I do believe in the next episode, we shall. And what's the next episode? Oh, I don't know. Why don't we do Bloodlines and Families? This is Haymakers and Hellhounds, Season 0, World Building. I am Thomas Duder, author of The Things, and you're not.
Nekusa.